Hello, hello. This is Lori and Rowan. This is another beautiful day. This is another beautiful day in paradise. Why? Because I'm paradise. In here, in my heart, in the spaces in between. That's all filled with paradise. That's a special sauce I pour on everything. So this is Surfing Vuzuvaya. It is another beautiful day. It's been a very interesting day here in Mexico because people have been up praying all night, but not like small things, like huge. My neighbors opened the bottom floor of their building, which is very common here too, where people will have, a huge room that they hold celebrations and that they hold church in, which is very interesting. It's very personal. And all the children have all these beautiful costumes, and there were lights and music, and people were singing all night. But for days, 4 days, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I wish I had my statue. I'm going to find a new one, but I didn't find one that I really liked yesterday. So maybe today, right? And the Platica Tomati. And probably again, my pronunciations. We're getting there. Being this beautiful, ancient, and present goddess aspect, and her name meaning like earth and presence and appreciation and thankfulness and life and so much more. But it was so beautiful. So that's like the air, the air that I'm in, and there was traffic. There was a parade in the middle of the night. It's been anyway. There was actual traffic, and there's more parade today. I saw everyone driving downtown with their floats. I was out on my bicycle in the wee hours. I didn't do my sunrise yoga because I got right on my bike. I went out into the world because it was a good day to do that. Also, I was out of yerba mate. So motivating. Anywho, I had an amazing experience on Sunday. There's a beautiful community here named Avalon, and they have a celebration which is all huge music and meditation, and it's thoughts and philosophies and chanting and attunement and beautiful community, and children and pets are there and being children and pets, and they make noise and they run around and they do things, and it's beautiful. And then there's a lot of dancing and singing, and then it gets crazy at the end. It gets crazy. Everyone jumps up and dances and sings and chants and then hugs each other and it's beautiful. Anywho, I got a message, I got a download in the midst of that, in the meditation times. I was like, oh no. When personal responsibility goes crazy. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So, touched before on the understandings of idiot compassion, where compassion becomes condescension, right? So, where compassion for others becomes instead an undermining and a lack of faith in their own ability to handle things, and looking down on them instead of seeing the potential within them. Sat Nam, Namaste, both phrases recognize and acknowledge with such powerful ancient resonance that the brilliance and infinite wisdom and intelligence inside of each one of us. When you say Sat Nam to someone, when you say Namaste to someone, you are recognizing it is an official recognition, and use that. Feel it. If you're using those words, feel the full resonance and the power of them. What an opportunity that is. Yes? And so, And so it did compassion. And so I found a new place where I was expressing this in new ways that were very detrimental to myself. Because I found idiot responsibility. Personal responsibility gone rabid. With the understanding that when every situation I look at, that is my first and my ultimate response is, how did I create this? How is this my reflection? What is the lesson? What is the gift in this? Super useful, super awesome, right? Ownership, personal responsibility, my creation, my responsibility, simultaneously. As someone who has facilitated the lives of thousands and thousands of people, one of the ironies is that when I was seeing 75 or 100 or 200 people in a day, it all moved through so fast. I was very, very, very clear on not having the responsibility, like giving them the gift, blessing them, and letting them go with what the information and which is already their birthright, the information, the understanding that they need to deal with the situation at the time, and was primarily a health clinic. So the people, and then I saw people in my own, but it was a free health clinic in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and so I would. So yes, and so that left me in this very suspended and but non-attached state. But I was very chronically non-attached in a million ways in my life at that time. That was before my car accident, and I learned a lot of things from my car accident. I had a lot of very human experiences, and remembered what it's like to feel and to live with all of the beautiful human limitations. Yeah. So, what I realized is that I had an attachment, and as much as I had philosophically practiced all sorts of non-attachment, I was not realizing that I was holding on so tight to people that I'd done healing work on, people I'd supported, that I felt that their choices I felt responsible for other people's choices that I didn't understand. Yeah, other people's choices that I didn't understand, and other people's pain that they created in their lives. I learned very early on, you cannot, because of course, especially as a child, I just wanted to take I just wanted to kiss everyone's boo-boos, and I'd be like, I can take that. It doesn't really bother me. It's really easy for me to heal, so I can take that. And then I can take that. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people later, it was really crowded. And I had taken on all sorts of things that weren't mine. But what I also learned, and as was in situations where I watched people, yes, you took this burden from them, and then they went and made the same situation 10 times more intensely because they needed that lesson. They needed that lesson. They created that lesson for themselves for some reason that I don't need to understand, and they don't need to explain. And so the much deeper understanding of that was on Sunday. I had managed to turn the old way, rather than the old ways of self-blame, which I recognized. And I was like, hey, I know what to do. I have things in my toolbox, or I can navigate around that bullshit of blaming, harming myself with shame and blame. Thank you, Nate Brown, and all the other brilliant, brilliant people who have taught me in my life. And Bren Brown, and I've never met him. But so the people that have actually been there to teach me this in person and in spirit. Yeah. And but really, this is not the two sides of this part of the coin are I recognize the godhood in them, and I don't need to understand what they're doing. I don't need to understand. I've talked before, there is no way to understand. It's a crazy concept. Are you kidding? I've been with me my whole life, 51 years, and counting. And 51 to like a quarter years. Woohoo! And I still surprise myself daily. Yes, that's part of the fun. It's part of the joy of it. And so expecting anyone else to understand me is just cuckoo town. And expecting myself to understand fully anyone else is the same. And this sweet release of not being responsible for everything, not being responsible for everyone, not being responsible for everything. You know, live and let live. We have to release. This is the shift. And we all have wings. Yes? We all have wings. So no one needs a piggyback ride. You know? We all need Santa Claus. We all need special deliveries. We all need angels that come by and just give us exactly the peace that we need to heal, to grow, to continue, to have hope, to live. We all need those things. Yes? So, blessings of we don't need to understand. We're all divine beings. And from the internal space, this is how you're doing it is you're doing it. Other people do not need to understand. And other people are really not that important. They're precious. They're incredibly important, but they're not that important. What's most important is the peace inside of you. Yes? What's most important is the pieces of you. The dancing, evolving being. So another way of looking at Ankila, yes, the never not broken goddess, is that, you know, you're an infinite being. And this is a 3, 5, 7, 11, whatever dimensional experience. And still, as an infinite being, you cannot fit all of you in this body. So we're all in pieces moving as the divine parts of us flow through us. Yes? Because this is the shift. This is living. And we are all accessing all different parts of our being, all different talents. We are healing and flowing, letting go of parts of ourselves and parts of our lives and personalities and beliefs and feelings and regrets and shames and blames, misunderstandings and confusions and angers. And we are letting them go. We are transforming them. We are transmuting them. And this is how we do it. So there. Good morning. Good day, beautiful beings. This is Lauren Rowan. This is the shift. Surfing Vuzuvaya, riding the waves of energetic creation as the sunlight rises, even on this cloudy day. So the sun is blessing and touching everything. Letting my own personal weather be what it is. Clouds are beautiful too, you know. That the sun is always shining, always feeding me. It's the promise that is never broken. It never ends. It always is. And it always will be. Light, darkness, healing, growth, opportunity. Boxing your surfboards. Joy of opportunity. Aiming for the light. Love you and I'm with you. I know you're with me because I can feel you. In moments when I feel alone in the darkness, I can't tell you how fucking precious you are. Yeah.